Hey Canucks fans, today I'm going to talk about why I think Brock Boeser could be the Canucks X Factor against the Minnesota Wild. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, July the 29th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Well, I hope you're excited. I am super pumped for tonight. Vancouver Canucks, Winnipeg Jets, one exhibition game before everything gets going for real this weekend. Vancouver, of course, playing against Minnesota starting on Sunday. And before I get to that, and before I get to Brock Boeser, 5 or 6 really quick random things I want to share with you, all really cool stuff, but a few things that I'm thinking about as hockey gets going. The broadcast yesterday, I thought the broadcasts were quite good. You know, I know it's still preseason for the broadcasting teams and for all the technical guys and for the broadcast itself, but I thought the mix of visuals, including that cool camera view, isn't it funny when the camera comes from over top, the ice looks huge, but then when you move the camera down to kind of a more typical broadcast vantage point, then the ice looks so small because you're not getting the same depth perception and the guys are so huge, right? When the camera is a lot lower. So I thought the mix of visuals and the sound mixing, which I talked about yesterday, the buzz behind with the EA Sports crowd noise, I thought it was good. It was like a white noise, a little subtle murmuring, but it was certainly not as empty sounding as I thought it was going to be. So kudos to the teams. And again, that was only day one. I'm sure things are going to be even better going forward. Once again, thanks for the great feedback to our appearance on the NHL commercial for the We Want the Cup, all the fans chanting and cheering for the teams to come back. And I understand that they're going to be using hopefully more of that footage from all fans throughout some of the broadcasts as well. So that's kind of a cool thing as well. Don't forget my hockey pool. If you want to join, you have until Saturday to join. Just send me an email, clayemo@shaw.ca, and I would love to send you all the details. Also tonight, right at the conclusion of the Canucks-Jets game, I'll be jumping onto YouTube, so make sure you join me there for my live stream. Almost done. Lastly, I want to tell you about a couple of cool opportunities I have. Going to be talking to Chris Faber of Canucks Army later today. I think he's doing an article about some of the behind-the-scenes return-to-play fan stuff. So I won't say more than that, but I'm looking forward to speaking to Chris later today. Going to be speaking with Gloria Makarenko, my friend from CBC, for her On the Coast radio show on CBC tomorrow. And then with respect to my next Zoom chats, I'm scheduled to speak to Corey Hirsch tomorrow and to Jillian Fisher on Friday. Corey Hirsch, obviously a color man for the Sportsnet 650 broadcast, Canucks broadcast. Can't wait to speak to him, being a big fan of him for many years. And then Jillian Fisher, being a big fan of hers as well. She is a wonderful video creator, among many other things, advocate for a lot of really good causes, and just an overall influential voice in hockey. So I'm looking forward to those 2 interviews back to back. Okay, that was a pretty long intro. Let's get to today's topic. We know that Markstrom, Pettersson, Hughes, and Miller, I think those 4 guys as kind of like our MVPs, right? Markstrom as a goalie, Hughes as our wonderful Calder Trophy finalist defenseman, and then Miller and Pettersson leading our team up front. We know that those guys will get a lot of the attention, a lot of the praise, a lot of the pressure, and understandably so. But one guy, believe it or not, who I think is flying under the radar a little bit, and I'm sure he's fine with it, is forward Brock Boeser. And it's kind of funny, you think, well, how can a Calder Trophy finalist from just 2 seasons ago, one of our most popular players and favorite players, how can you call him flying under the radar, Clay? How can you say he could be a kind of more of a silent, not silent, but not as prominent as the other guys? Well, it's because he's only played 1 game since February 8th, right? He got that rib injury against Calgary in early February. Then he missed 5 weeks, and then he came back to play that 1 game against the Islanders before the season shut down. So we only got 1 game of our top 6, our vaunted top 6 of Miller, Pettersson, Toffoli, Boeser, Horvat, and Pearson. And I really think that he can be an X factor, and one that we might not jump off the page to us right away, because Markstrom, Pettersson, Miller, and Hughes are going to get all the attention. But Brock Boeser is playing against Minnesota, playing against the team that's from his home state, and I just think that he is primed, he is destined for a massive, massive series. In training camp, he looked good. He looked fast. He was always on the puck. His shot looked good, whether he's using his childhood flex and stick, or whether he's going to a new one. It doesn't matter. His shot looked really, really good. He looked engaged. And one thing that I think is really underrated about Brock Boeser is how much he's improved his defensive play. And if you're looking at least a start with Miller, Pettersson, and Toffoli playing together, you're going to rely on them to play a lot of offense, although they're going to be really good defensively as well. Horvat and Pearson, maybe not as much offense, but Boeser can certainly help them. And then Boeser fits that line, will certainly help on the defensive side as well. You could argue that Boeser is a better defensive player than Toffoli, so maybe he's suited for that second line. But whether it's on the second or first power play unit, I see Boeser getting some points there, and I see him being truly, I'm not going to say the forgotten man, but like I said, he didn't play for 5 weeks. He got into one game before the season ended, and he makes our top six look so much better. Granted, we brought Toffoli in because of Boeser's injury, but now we have both of them together, and I can't wait to see what happens. So again, Boeser's skating looks good. His shot looks good. We know that he's strong defensively, and we know that he's going to be hungry. He had 45 points in 57 games, which is right on his career pace. It's not like he had a bad season, but I've always said he didn't have to score as much because you had guys like JT Miller and Elias Pettersson filling the back of the net. So that's why I think Boeser could be an X factor, could be more of a quiet contributor at least to start, but I think he's going to really explode, and that's because he's certainly not sheltered, but he's playing on the second line as opposed to the first line, so he might not get the notoriety or even the ice time, but that's something that's easily swappable as well. If Travis Green needs a different look, he could easily reunite the Lotto line of Boeser with Pettersson and Miller, and move Toffoli down to play with Horvat and Pearson. And we obviously know of the chemistry between Toffoli and Pearson winning a Stanley Cup together in LA. So all in all, a lot of versatility for Travis Green among his forwards, a lot of options, and I just love how that top six looks. And if I say the biggest difference in the series, the biggest factor is the goaltending, Markstrom versus Stalock or Dubnyk, I say the second most intriguing thing is how our Canucks top six forwards is going to match up against the very strong Minnesota top 4D. And that's what I'm looking forward to as well. But Brock Boeser could be a huge part in that, could be a huge difference maker in that matchup. Canucks fans, let me know what you think about Brock Boeser. Do you agree with me that he could be an X factor? Do you agree with me that he could be a massive contributor to this series? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy the game, 7:30 tonight, Vancouver against Winnipeg. And then join me right after the game around 10 o'clock on YouTube, and we'll talk Canucks for about an hour tonight after the game. Have a great day, God bless, and go Canucks go.